Hi guys, I hope y'all have been well. I am excited to be back to give y'all another review. This is a review on the season finale, episode 8 of House of Dragon season 2. I really love this episode. If I can rate it, I will put a 9 out of 10 because it was so good. Just so much build up to the story and I enjoyed it. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into this review. So in the beginning, this scene kind of confuses me because I was just like, why are we in Essos? I don't remember a scene where they sent Tyland Lannister, as an ambassador or emissary to Essos. But anyway, he is there because he is going there to negotiate an alliance with the Triarchy, because Aemond wants an alliance with the Triarchy, so they can remove the blockade at the Gullet. And the Triarchy is basically trying to negotiate as well as, like, basically Westeros or the Crown needs us more than we need y'all. So what the Triarchy wants is basically they want the Stepstones back, and Tom was like, this region has been disputed for over a generation, and they're like, if you want our help, we do not care. So he gives in, but also the admiral of the Triarchy fleet will not be willing to accept unless he challenges her, which is in wrestling. Also, I don't know if Lohar does identify as a woman because they do address them as a man. So I think in Essos culture that they are a little bit more open with, I guess you could say, quote unquote, queer customs. Also, at the same time, Aemond is going on a tirade because he is upset that Rhaenyra has dragons and he burns Sharp Point unnecessarily. All while this is happening in Aegon's name, Aegon is healing and stuff. And Larys basically is telling him, we need to go. Like, we need to plan your escape because Aemond is coming for you. He's going to kill you. He is upset that Rhaenyra has one-upped him. Plus, Aemond wants to be king. He does not care for Aegon. And Aegon was like, if I leave, what will all this be for? And literally, it's like it's already all for nothing because y'all stole this woman's throne when your father acknowledged her as heir for 20 years. But other than that, Larys basically is a smart politician as well as he is as the master of whispers. And he's telling him, like, it doesn't matter. Like, leave Rhaenyra and Aemond to basically fight each other to the death where it will basically be no winner. So all there will be is Aegon in the end to return and be victorious. And of course, they're always giving Rhaena like 30 seconds of screen time, and I just kind of feel like this is idiotic. But she done left Rhaenyra's sons, which is so idiotic and unresponsible as their older sister. She's left Aegon and Viserys still on their way to be shipped off to Prince Regio and Pentos, while in the Vale still looking for Sheep Stealer. And this scene also annoyed me. So Jace walks into the Black Council room, and Ulf is sitting in the Queen's chair, and he's just like, "What are you doing?" And Hugh the Hammer is trying to quickly get him together, and Ulf just does not have any sense of etiquette or manners and stuff. Like, I get that you're a small folk person, but let's act like your position has been upped. You're a dragon rider now. But he's under this impression that him and Jace are the same because they are quote-unquote bastards, and basically insults Jace, and Jace gets him quickly together and it's just like, I will have you hanged. And Ulf's just like, oh my god, I'm sorry. And it's just very annoying. It's just like, please get yourself together. All while this is happening, Rhaenyra meets Corlys at Driftmark, and basically Corlys advises her as her hand that you have everything you need. You have your army, you have the lords of the Riverlands, you have more dragons now, you have me back in health, about to return to my ship and command my fleet at the Gullet. The time for Rhaenyra to attack is now. He only warns her that she should be more considerate of Jacaerys flying and Helaena being on Dreamfire. Although Helaena does ride, she does not ride to basically be in war. But also, Dreamfire is not really a threat, and Jacaerys is not a threat for the fact that Jacaerys is also, I believe, a baby dragon as well. Daemon, still at Harrenhal, he has gathered all the River Lords to basically be Rhaenyra's big host or part of her army on the mainland of Westeros. And in a few episodes ago, Rhaenyra has sent Sir Alfred to get Daemon and basically tell him to hurry the fuck up so we can basically win this war. And Sir Alfred is turncoating right in front of Daemon's face, and he calls it out. And he's like, I support Rhaenyra and all this stuff, and I get her cause, but right now what we need is a king, aka he means strength. And I find this very annoying. For you to support Rhaenyra and be on her council and basically try to uphold that women should be allowed to rule based off of the precedents that Viserys said as making Rhaenyra his heir, it's like, why would you go against her? Basically, just not making yourself credible. It's like every time Rhaenyra shows restraint, they see this as weakness, which is not a weakness. She understands more than you do because you are not a Targaryen or of Valyrian descent or a dragon rider, that if she were to go to war with dragons, the whole kingdom would be in ashes. It's like they want to support her, but they find ways to be misogynistic and really just contradict themselves. And it's very odd. Also, the castle, Sir Simon Strong, overhears this and he sends a message to Rhaenyra. Although Daemon refuses this offer that he should be king because at this point he's accepted that he does not want the crown at all. Aemond, still in his tirade, he returns to the Red Keep. He finds out how Rhaenyra was able to gain more dragon riders by sending boats and vessels to the shore of the Blackwater Bay. And basically he closes off the Blackwater Bay, not just overseeing what comes in and what comes out. And he knows he needs more riders. He wants Helaena to ride out, and Helaena refuses. She said, I won't harm anyone. And he basically says she has no choice, and he grabs her, and Alicent is like, why are you trying to make her ride a dragon or her dragon and she's the gentlest out of all of us, all because you're losing your power? And you can really see it, like, power is slipping very fast from Aemon's grasp. After this whole scuffle, Alicent knows she's running out of time. She knows that this is something that shouldn't have been done. She wants to take Helaena and her child away, so she requests Maester Orwyle to help her safe passage to somewhere, and I wonder where. Criston Cole is still marching towards the Riverlands, and at this point, Gwen, it just confronts him with his sword to his head, and it's like, so you really are a dishonorable man, you're sleeping with my sister and all this stuff, and it's kind of pointless. Criston Cole is just like, I don't dishonor myself, but it's like this thing of it is what it is. Like, I've been in this situation because I deal with women, and it's like, it's not really excuse what you're saying, Criston, like, you're still blaming stuff on women instead of holding yourself accountable, but Gwen kind of sees that this is pointless, it's really pointless, and he kind of understands that all honorable men, quote unquote, do not really possess full honor. And so this whole conversation of you trying to basically sustain honor was just very unnecessary. So Tyland and Lohar, they wrestle. She agreed, well, I keep saying they agree to basically she will lead the fleet, and out of the agreement, she has one more request. She wants Tyland to basically have children. She wants to have children with Tyland, and he's like, you want me to have children with you? She's like, no, I want you to F my wives. And Tyland's like, how many wives do you have? And I like this scene because it goes to show that Westerosi culture is actually not very different from cultures in Essos, such as from Mir, Tyrosh, Volantis, because they have the same types of etiquette and all this stuff. The only difference is they have quote-unquote queer customs. They're more intact with things such as gender identity, queerness itself, and all these things. They're more open versus Westeros having a more, I guess you can say, conservative view of life. Jace and Bela also have a conversation. Jace, as ever, is always pouting because he feels like he is being overlooked for the fact that base-born Targaryen bastards are allowed to claim dragons as well, like he is. And Bela's like, this doesn't matter. Like, you are the child of the queen. What the queen says is law, and that is true. Like Daemon said, you are the blood of the dragon. What the blood of the dragon says is law. And plus she explains, do you think you are the first one to not be sired by your lawful father? Which is correct. And it's like, it really doesn't matter because after Rhaenyra dies, you will become a Targaryen and you will be the rightful heir because you do have Targaryen blood. So in this scene, Rhaenyra basically throws a dinner to basically honor all the new dragon riders. Adam, Ulf, and Hugh. Hugh, as ever, does not have any manners and just keeps being loud, belligerent, and ratchet, and it's really annoying. So Rhaenyra explains what the next plan will be, which is to go and siege the capital, and also to defeat the Lannister host, the Hightower host, all the enemies that are a part of Team Green. And Bale's like, you want us to kill innocents? I'm like, girl, this is war. Sometimes innocents die, sometimes they don't. It is what it is. Like, I need everyone to get out the softness. At this point, it's time to be warriors. It's time to be hard. Let's not. She gets a message that Sir Simon had sent, and she requests the help of Adam. And also, obviously, they're flying straight to Harrenhal. Now, everything in this scene was just a yes, 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 straight yes, and another yes. Because finally, it gets revealed why Daemon is at Harrenhal, not only to raise an army for Rhaenyra and the Riverlands, but he's on this path to discover why the Targaryens sit on the Iron Throne in the first place. He finds out that what Rhaenyra told him of basically the Song of Ice and Fire, which is passed down through heir to heir, is true. The Targaryens are basically there to protect Westeros and defend them against the Long Night, the winter that is coming, which is the Night King or the White Walkers, or in the books what they call the Others. So he sees the future of his house. Basically, we see Bloodraven, who will become the Third Eye Raven. We see the White Walkers. We see dragons die, because that is what will happen. Dragons will die in the Dance of Dragons, but also they will be reborn with Daenerys. And it is revealed that Daenerys is the prince or princess that is promised. He also sees that Rhaenyra, she will sit on the throne, because that does happen in the books. Rhaenyra does sit on the throne, just not for long. And also it is revealed that Helaena actually can see way more than we thought she can see. She actually has the gifts of Bloodraven. So my thing is, I have a theory. I'm like, is Helaena at the time, is she the third-eyed raven? Because in other episodes, she did draw out things that of her visions, and she drew out things that were events that happened in Game of Thrones. I just love the scene. It was everything. It was everything. So husband and wife finally reunite. Rhaenyra arrives at Harrenhal. She sees that her army is raised, and she asks Daemon once she meets him, I see you raised his army, but for who? You or me? And Daemon basically is just like, girl, this does not fucking matter at this point. Like, he's like, I have proved my loyalty, you're annoying me. But he basically tells her, I believe what you told me about the Song of Ice and Fire. And also, I believe what he tells her is that in the end, all this won't matter. I think he's telling her that we have to play our part, and he knows how it's going to end. Where if you read the books, if you know what already happens at the end of the dance, I feel like he knows what's going to happen, but he knows that they have to go on the path regardless. Or that there is a chance that they could change what happens, but still what happens at the end remains. Because after all, Daenerys, who is the prince that is promised, is born from their line, Daemon and Rhaenyra's. She is Daemon and Rhaenyra's descendant, not Aegon's, not Alicent's. Near the end, Alicent and Aegon's line completely is wiped out. The only line that survives is Daemon and Rhaenyra's. So he kneels and basically gives the gathered army to her, and Rhaenyra realizes, like, she's going to win. And she tells Daemon, if you ever leave me again, it's at your peril. Also, back to this, Helaena actually, she's able to speak to Daemon in his visions while she's awake as well. So I think she's actually very aware of her powers. She's just not really of a good communicator with the outside world. But anyway, so she basically reveals to Aemond that she knows that he burned Aegon. She knows that he tried to kill him, and he tries to deny it, but he knows that she's gifted and she can see. And she still refuses to ride upon Dreamfire. And then she basically tells Aemond that he's going to die, and she tells him how he's going to die and when. Not when, but where as well. So as Corlys's ship is almost ready to basically go to the blockade of the Gullet, he decides he wants to rename his ship after Rhaenys' title, the Queen That Never Was, and not call it the Sea Snake any longer. But he tells Alyn, if you are to be my shipmate or command my ships, you have to have a stronger thing of leadership. And it seems like he can't take the constructive criticism, but he can. And Corlys is like, I'm only trying to help you. And Alan's like, now you're trying to help me? He's basically just starts going in and calling him a deadbeat, because you basically were. And Corlys can't say nothing but agree, because you did leave these two boys to basically watch you raise your heirs in a castle with your wife when you could have just took them in. But yeah. After a long search for this damn dragon, Rhaena finds Sheepstealer, and, Sheepstealer basically roars at her. And it's theorized that they're going to mix her character with Nettles, but honestly, I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think Nettles is going to be in season 3 of House of the Dragon. They're just saving her story. I think what's going to happen is Sheepstealer is going to be another dragon like Sea Smoke that's going to deny Rhaena, and then Rhaena is going to fall into her original story of if you know, you know. But yeah. So now that Rhaenyra is no longer in a position of, or no longer in the weakest position, and she's at match with the Green Council or the Green Team, she has a visitor. It's Alicent. So now we have another reunited scene. Alicent basically tells her, like, I don't want anything to do with this. I know it's gone too far. I want to take my daughter and me to escape. I don't know where, I guess Essos or wherever. And she basically tells Rhaenyra, like, she realizes the mistake she made, and Rhaenyra is just clocking her teeth like, yeah, girl, don't you think? And Alicent basically explains that everything is not going so well on their side. Aegon, of course, is injured. Aemond will be on his way to the Riverlands, leaving the capital open. Alicent basically proposes that she will basically open the capital to Rhaenyra to take freely without any opposition. And Rhaenyra is just like, what do you mean? Like, all this is basically a lot, and at the same time, you're trying to save your son. Meanwhile, I've lost my daughter, I've lost my son. I'm the one who has had to pay the higher price because you want to steal my throne. And Alicent just tries to connect with her, but in the end, Rhaenyra does understand, and she allows her to go and basically go with the plans. But at the same time, I don't see it going the way Alicent wants to see it go, and I don't see it the way Rhaenyra thinks it's going to go, because at this point, Aegon has escaped. Larys has moved the Wealth of Harrenhal to Essos, to the Iron Bank. It's a lot of moving pieces where something is not going to be very steady for long. But obviously, in season 3, we won't see it in the final episode. Rhaenyra is going to march on the capital and take her throne, which I'm excited. We see in the last few episodes, Alicent is leaving Dragonstone. The Green Army, the Lannister hosts, the Hightower hosts are all gathering, along with Tyrion. And Rhaenyra, the rest of her armies, the River Lords, and Craven Stark's 2,000 Greybeards are gathering, along with Corlys and his fleet. And also the Triarchy is on its way, which I'm scared. But I'm excited for season 3. Season 2 was very brilliant. I love the dialogue. I love the slow climax into what is supposed to happen to season 3. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about dialogue and the story. And so much was revealed in this episode. I hope you guys loved my reviews. I can't wait till season 3 comes. I can give y'all more reviews. Let me know what other shows you want me to do reviews on. But again, I enjoyed this very much. Don't forget to follow, share this video, and comment and like it. I love you guys. Please enjoy the rest of y'all day, your week, or whatever. And I will see you guys soon.